Hello and welcome to the Harmony SMP. My name is Weird and Bearded, and today, as you can see, we are over at the Addams family house once again. We've got to get ready for Halloween, and I don't have too much time. I've actually been busy a lot of this week, so we're just going to see what we can get done. Hopefully a fair amount. But specifically, we're going to be working on the ghost train, which are going to be starting here and going down underground. So, of course, we're going to be starting with a big dig. We're not going to be digging out, hopefully not too big an area. Actually, it's going to be quite big, thinking about it. The plan is, I want to get some custom music into this, which we're going to be playing through a jukebox. Jukeboxes can be heard up to 65 blocks away. So I'm going to be digging out a 65 block radius there. So I'm going to go grab a beacon, bring it back, and we'll get digging. This might actually be a while. I need to get on with this. Digging this out is taking too long. I definitely do not have time for this today. I'm going to try to get at least most of it done before the next episode, but for now, I think we can focus on the start and possibly even the end of it. But certainly the start. If we fly up, or just miss. What? There we go. That was very confusing. So, we're going to have rails coming along here, across and down to start, and then back up the other side to finish. We're also going to do the bit immediately after the start, because that's going to be some fun redstone. We'll get the jukebox working. We'll get the basics going. So, I'm going to go get some rail. I've AFK'd at the gold farm, so we've got plenty of gold for powered rail. Obviously, we've got lots of iron for regular rail. We're going to need some detector rails along the way, so a lot of this is going to be timed with redstone, but also I don't want spaghetti redstone everywhere. So we're going to have some bits which get activated when they go across a bit of detector rail, and that starts the next section. But certainly this first bit, it's all going to come from one button, which will probably be there. So yeah, let me gather some stuff and start figuring out where these things will go. I think I've got what I need to at least get started with this. I probably should have looked in the shulker boxes when I put them down. I don't know what order they're in. Okay, we've got the redstone dust, we've got some blocks, miscellaneous stuff, other miscellaneous stuff, rail, powered rail. Okay, let's start with some powered rail and rail. We're gonna go here, I want to say. Maybe only two of them, and then we'll head round and start heading down. Yeah, I think we'll start heading down here. Yeah, we'll add that bit later. We'll have the other side coming up to here. I will really want to make sure this rail stays that way, because in theory, the minecart will be in here. So they're going to come along here, and then just stop. And that's the end of the ride. So I also have a button, which I'm going to turn around. Yeah, they can reach that. Now, underneath this, let's grab some blocks, some redstone, some walls, and a sticky piston. Oh, a lot of that we don't need. I just realised. Ow. Right, so quickly go into camera mode. 1, 2, 3. So the button will be there. I am going to use those blocks just to the rock of it. And then we can put a wall underneath that sticky piston, and then beneath it a line of walls. So it's going to put that wall on top of these ones, and what that will do, I need to go one higher. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's get up top and I'll show you why we've done it that way. Oh, I can fly through now. So if I line myself up with the button and we go into free cam mode, when that gets pushed down, it turns that middle section into thicker wall, which then at the bottom, and we're going to have to dig this down quite a bit, we can have an observer detecting that. And that will be an immediate way to send a signal down whatever distance you want. Nice bit of instant redstone. So I think I'm going to dig these down, get this decorated a little bit, and then we'll head down and figure out the next section. Okay, much progress has been made. Much progress. To the point that I thought I should probably bring you guys back in. I mean, it's not been that long since the last recording, but now we've got this little staircase. We've put up a black banner so they can't see past it, and hopefully they'll realise they're not supposed to walk along the tracks, they're supposed to get in the minecart. I've also got rid of this powered rail. I replaced that with a regular rail. It just made sense. So I've put my brightness settings down to moody, because that's what I want them to do when they experience it. I want this to be a dark thing. It is a ghost train after all. So let's press the button and see where we go. So we come down here, and then you just fall in darkness for a while until you went up in here. So we've got this long corridor. You can't see where it's going on either side. Obviously, oh, come back. I'm going to chase down the minecart. I need the minecart. I've only brought one with me. I just got it went that way. On the other side, it currently goes off a cliff. But yeah, obviously there was that little turn off. That's just for current purposes. So if we head down here, first of all, you'll see the beacon beam, but also you'll see the cobblestone wall. I brought that all the way down. We can now start doing some work here. Also, this is where the jukebox is. So I'm going to add a little bit of redstone here, but also we need to figure out which way they're going to go. They're going to go that way. Hopefully, they won't touch the controls. I might just leave some instructions to say, the ride isn't broken. Just leave it be. It will start going, because I want to leave them here a little while. We'll have a little intro bit on the music. But then, they're in a minecart in the middle of this. How are we going to get them to move? We're going to use some pistons. So let me get some of this redstone in place, and then I will explain what's going on. We have some of the redstone in place, as you can see. It's a little cramped in here, so do bear with me. And then we'll have a look at the piston setup. But currently, when the wall changes, the observer gets activated. It's going to activate this dropper, which is going to put this music disc, which Top has kindly donated to me, and I'm sure when he finds out, he will not mind. That's going to put that disc into the hopper, which puts it into the jukebox. While it's in the jukebox emits a redstone signal, locking the hoppers. But once it finishes playing, it then gets picked up by this hopper and gets put back into the dropper, ready for the next time. Nice and simple. Well, then we have two pistons here and another one on the other side. So let's show the order in which I need things to go, and then we're going to figure out how to actually do that nicely. So we activate that to bring that block down, which is here. Then we activate this one to pull the rail out the way, and then this one to put the block in the way. So then the minecart should head off. Should. We will find out later. But then we've got to get rid of them in reverse order, which does make things a little more awkward. Then we get rid of that one and the rails back in place, and then we can close up that gap here. So I'm going to figure that out and probably break things a few times. And then we should be able to see that in action and then see the whole thing in action. Let's see how this goes. Well, the redstone is now in place. And let's quickly talk through how it all works. So again, the wall changes, the observer picks it up, activates this redstone line, which pushes this redstone block out, and then we'll pull it back. When it's pushed out, it's going to be activating this pulse extender, which then goes straight into a pulse limiter. So it will stay on for a while and then will slowly turn off, and then the pulse limiter goes into a pulse extender because we want it to take a while to activate, and then take a while to deactivate. This then goes into some spaghetti redstone, and what I have made sure, we can see this quite easily up here, is that the bit of redstone by the observer is always being activated by a repeater so that it doesn't change the power level of the redstone, because then that will set off the observer again. So watching that back, I feel like I explained that quite badly. So I've made a little setup in the redstone testing world so we can get a clear idea of what I mean. So of course, we've got our sticky piston, our observer, and the redstone dust in front of it. We've got two repeaters leading straight into the redstone dust, as we had back in the Harmony server, and then one repeater further away. So let's say we turned this line on. Now that is going to be giving a power output of 15. It's coming straight out of a repeater. Now if we put on this one, nothing changed because this still has a power output of 15. Well, then we can turn this line off and nothing changes, and then when we turn this line off, it goes back down. So what happens when we have a repeater on further away? Well, we turn this line on, puts out a power output of 15, that's a change. Everything works. When we turn this one on, nothing changes, because this bit of dust is still getting a power output of 15. But then as soon as I turn this one off, it activates, because this has now gone down to 14, because the repeater is one further away. Then when you turn this one off, you end up in the wrong state. So that's what I meant by all of that. It's about the power level. Got to make sure the power level is the same. They could all be 2 away. So if I move this one to be here, and then we put the block back down, this would now work fine, because that's going to be at 14 the entire time. As long as they're the same, we're good. Let's get back to the video. So that's it all, what it's supposed to do. We should probably see if it works. So let's head up. Hopefully I can get up first time. That almost failed. You know what, we'll take the long way around. At some point, I'll probably build an easy way for me to get up and down, but it's only going to be here for 3 weeks, so who cares? Okay. Let's see what happens. So we fall down. I've turned my brightness up, which is why you can vaguely see things. Well, that works. Faster than necessary. So we're going to want it to be on a bit of a delay. That's going to be part of the thing. I don't know exactly how much delay yet, because we haven't made the music for this yet. We're going to at least extend the delay, just so we can see what it's like just sitting there for a while. We didn't really get to experience that bit. So let's get rid of these. I still want that there. Not necessarily, actually. We'll break this wall out a bit. Hopefully I don't break into anything. That should probably be enough. And we are going to build this out this way. Yeah, that works. Could probably grab some redstone components. Get some redstone dust and some blocks. So that's going to go into a block there. We're then going to have a repeater coming out this way, and then do the same thing. So we have our comparators, our dust, and that should work perfectly. So, let's put some of this stuff away. Let's block this off as well. Let's get the full experience. Now, obviously, this is just closing up for a random period of time. I'm going to have to figure out exactly what it's doing later. But that's going to be a job for me, probably off camera. Let's fly up and then we will try this out. Nope, I left too early. This is what I said, what I meant when I said I often mess this bit up. Well, at least I'm in there. Okay. So they press the button. They go down through the curtain. Yeah, that's pretty much pitch black. That works great. Then they land here. They've got two different directions. Where will they go? They will have instructions to not touch the keyboard. Stuff will happen. Oh, we're going this way. I like that. This is a good start. Now, it's not as much as I wanted to get done this episode. But again, I've had a bit of a busy week, and we still got a good amount done. I'm really happy with this start. But obviously, the next 2 weeks, I need to make a lot of progress on this. So I'm going to get started with the digging, which, fortunately, as you saw that side, there's a big cave that side. If you go over to here, for some reason, there's a glowing sack, but also a big cave over here. So the digging will get easier. Yeah, I'm going to dig the rest of this out, but in the meantime, if you like the episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded. I'm going to try to remember where my entrance is, and I will see you all next time.